evening. I'm Tracina Gray with a CTV News Update. Prince George's police are investigating a fatal shooting in Lanham this morning. Officers responded to the 9900 block of Greenbelt Road around 8:15 a.m. When they arrived, they found an adult male in a home suffering from gunshot wounds to the upper body. The victim was transported to a hospital where he died.
Attempted life-saving measures, realized that that victim was in grave condition. The victim was transported to a local area hospital where unfortunately he was pronounced deceased. Detectives are working to determine or develop suspects and a motive in this case, and we are always seeking the community's assistance in any information that could lead to closure in this case.
Anyone with information on this incident is asked to contact Crime Solvers at 1-866-411-TIPS. Meanwhile, a COVID vaccine reminder. The 3 county-run vaccination clinics offer extended hours today and into the weekend. The Wayne K. Curry Sports and Learning Complex, the Southern Recreation Center in Fort Washington, and the Laurel Beltsville Senior Center are open today until 8 p.m. Residents can also go to the Curry Complex and Landover this Saturday and Sunday to get vaccinated from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Parents, remember, your 16 and 17-year-olds can now receive the shots. However, you must fill out a consent form to get vaccinated at any of these clinics. County residents, by the way, must go online and make an appointment. For more information, visit mypgc.us/COVID vaccine. The state health department reports 768 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The agency also reporting 11 COVID deaths. The statewide death count is now more than 8,600. Currently, more than 800 residents are hospitalized with the virus. Meanwhile, the grassroots organization People's Power Assembly is hoping to put pressure on Maryland's Department of Labor. Organizers say many residents have not received their unemployment claims since March. The organization, which points out the millions of dollars the state received in federal CARES Act dollars, along with state funding that was earmarked for unemployment issues, will be protesting tonight outside the Department of Labor offices in Baltimore to draw attention to the issue.
We're asking the state to just extend those who were already unemployed, who were receiving their benefits prior to the CARES Act, continue to receive their benefits. And that's what Congress passed, was to extend the benefits of people who are only receiving it. So that's what we're asking.
Organizers say they will also announce citywide actions and seek legal remedies to the problem. In other news, Latinos are the fastest growing segment of the U.S. workforce, but they're the least likely to have access to paid leave. The organization Poder Latinx says this results in a disproportionate impact on Latina women who are forced to choose between family, health, and their jobs. On Mother's Day this weekend, the group will hold a town hall to discuss the need for paid leave in the community.
In the Latinx community, we have this mentality that we don't deserve anything that we don't work for. So, we're really trying to combat that narrative. We do deserve paid leave, and especially Latina moms, right? We are 6 out of 10 women in the Latinx community are the breadwinners, and we are also the caretakers. So if we have paid leave for Latina moms and for everyone, then basically everybody gets taken care of. So, the COVID-19 pandemic, it could be a really good learning opportunity for all of us. And one of the things that I think we should learn from this experience is that we are not islands. We are susceptible to so many things occurring outside of our control, and that there wasn't the proper infrastructure to take care of ourselves and our families during this pandemic. So it's up to us and our leaders to create that infrastructure in the future.
The Mother's Day event will be held on Facebook Live Monday, May 10th, and a recording will be televised on May 15th and 16th on Univision. You're watching CTV News. I'm Tracina Gray. Back in a moment.
You're not too cool for me, and in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now, it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
Jerry Atkins, MacArthur Barber, Ed Blakesley.
One by one, the names of deceased employees of the Prince George's Department of Corrections were read aloud today at the second annual Fallen Heroes Memorial Ceremony in Upper Marlboro. 117 names in all were read. Special presentations were held for the department's 5 most recent retiree deaths. The event was not held last year due to the pandemic. And Forest Heights students now have a safer way to get to and from school. The town held a ribbon-cutting ceremony this morning to unveil a new path along North Huron Drive. This sidewalk in the neighborhood connects to Forest Heights Elementary School. Many residents say students had to walk on the highway or even in between homes to get to school.
If they can't get to school safe, they have some trepidation while they're in school. This provides a safe route for our students to get to school.
Every child deserves a chance for a pathway to higher education that will give them the opportunity to get ahead. That's why the sidewalk was put down, for the children and the community to go through here to get to school.
The town of Forest Heights teamed up on the project with the State Highway Administration. District court employees in Maryland have been banned from wearing face masks with the law enforcement symbol, thin blue line. The order also applies to clothing and pins. It was issued this week by John Morrissey, Chief Judge of Maryland District Courts. Concerned about, quote, perceived bias, Morrissey made the decision at the request of Maryland's public defender. And study abroad programs have been in limbo since the beginning of the pandemic. Students returned home from spring semester trips more than a year ago, and universities have been taking it semester by semester whether travel will be safe. Alejandro Melnix had planned to study abroad this spring in Perugia, Italy, for her junior year, but that didn't happen.
I'm a junior at the University of Maryland, and I have an Italian minor, so I was super excited to go to Italy and use my conversation skills and just improve my fluency in the language. So I was supposed to study abroad in Perugia, Italy, this semester, so my spring semester of my junior year, and it was canceled due to the coronavirus. And I was really sad about it for a little bit there, but I've just sort of tried to keep it in context with what's going on. And,
any hope that you may still be able to do it in your senior year?
It looks like the verdict is still out on summer programs at the University of Maryland. And I don't really think I'm going to study abroad during my senior year of college. So I think it's something I will just have to do once I graduate, unfortunately.
Almost 60% of Marylanders have received at least their first shot. Colleges and universities say the likelihood of reinstating study abroad programs in the fall will depend more on the status of the virus in other countries. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Experts across the county say they are seeing an increase in pandemic-related mental health issues, but a lack of available services. Next week, a Prince George's-based behavioral health organization is teaming up with County Council Chair Calvin Hawkins for a virtual town hall to explain what is available in Prince George's and what's being done to increase services. Organizers say the event is for everyone.
Mental health issues impact everybody. So it's not targeted at any specific, so we're not talking about all providers, or we're not talking about all directors of programs. We're talking about people in the county who may be directors or be providers or be end users who need support and need to know where resources are for mental health services and what resources are going to be available for them to reach, and where will they be able to go, because right now there's a shortage.
The event is next Wednesday at 4 p.m. To register, go to malinpr.com. Stay right there. We'll have more after the break.
Debt. If you get in too deep, members of the NFCC, the National Foundation for Credit Counseling, can help you put debt in its place.
Credit cards took charge of my financial life. An NFCC credit counselor helped me get back in control. I took charge of my debt.
Student loan debt followed me wherever I went. My NFCC financial advocate taught me all I needed to know. I mastered my student loan debt.
We wanted to buy our first home, but weren't sure if we were mortgage ready. Our NFCC housing counselor helped us make a plan. We're on a path to our first home.
NFCC member agencies serve all 50 states and Puerto Rico. Convenient, knowledgeable, nonprofit, financial advocates there for you.
We put debt in its place.
Get out of debt. You owe it to yourself. Connect with an NFCC certified credit counselor at your local member agency today. Go to nfcc.org/stopdebt or call 877-410-6322.
Welcome back. A new report says Maryland is the worst state in the nation for nurses. The study from the financial news website WalletHub comes during National Nurses Week. WalletHub used 22 metrics to determine the best states for nursing careers, particularly for young people getting in the profession. Maryland came out 39th out of 50 states in monthly starting salaries for nurses and 49th in annual salaries overall. Arizona was rated the best state for nurses. Maryland and Delaware were ranked as the worst. Meanwhile, a Hyattsville man is sentenced to 8 years in federal prison for scamming more than 100 elderly victims. 26-year-old Keno Brown was convicted of wire and mail fraud. Prosecutors say Brown defrauded the victims of more than $775,000. He did it through a lottery scheme by falsely telling victims they wanted sweepstakes and then demanding taxes or other fees before the prizes could be claimed. Brown was also ordered to pay the full amount back in restitution. Metro says it will expand bus service hours and restore some routes beginning next month. Starting on June 6, service on 36 Metro bus routes will be extended until 2 a.m. Officials say the changes will help customers who travel to and from work late at night. They will also restore Metro to about 85% of its pre-pandemic service level. For information on specific route changes, visit WMATA.com. Coming up next week, explore baseball history at Watkins Regional Park. There's a new interactive art installation that displays 4 players from the Baltimore Elite Giants. The showcase is called Step Into History. Prince George's Parks and Recreation teams up with the Maryland Center for History and Culture on the project, and we'll have a full report for you on Monday. Let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, expect evening showers with a low around 43. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 60 and a low around 45. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a high near 64 and a low around 56. Monday, mostly cloudy with a daytime high near 71 and an evening low around 47. And now for the community calendar. Join County Council members Tom Dernoga, Monique Anderson Walker, and Jolene Ivey for a health and wellness check-in. Speakers will talk to the community about the impact of COVID-19, how to strengthen your mental and physical health, and more. The virtual event is next Wednesday, May 12th from 7 until 8:30 p.m. You can find out more information and register on Twitter using the handles on your screen. And that wraps up our newscast. Be sure to tune in Monday evening at 4:30. I'm Tracina Gray. Happy Mother's Day. Have a safe weekend.